Wake up, Texas. It's the weekend, and we are back with the Connect Show Texas. I am your host, Wendy Morales, here with my co-host, Amanda Waters. And today we are tapping into Saturday morning girl chat, which encompasses everything from skincare at 40, hormone therapy, and marrying up. Well, Amanda, I am very excited for today's show. And of course, we're kicking things off with a few hot topics. And we are going to start our show today with the one and only Kim Kardashian. Yeah, she recently launched a new company called Sky Partners, which is a next generation consumer and media private equity firm where she will be investing in new and upcoming companies. And she's also working with their founders, not only investing in them. And I'm not sure if you're watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but in the new season 4 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, they actually shared some of her numbers and they are astonishing. For example, KKW Beauty generated $100 million in revenue. That's incredible. KKW Fragrance, 10 million in one day. And Skims, let's not forget about Skims, has a valuation of 3.2 billion. And lastly, SKKN, Skin by Kim, has a valuation of $1 billion. And to think that this all started as Paris Hilton's assistant. And then the sex tape, let's not forget tape. What do you take from this evolution?
Well, it makes me want to make a tape for myself. I'm kidding.
Somehow I knew this would be your answer.
So I'm going to go ahead and go with that last part of what she did, and I'll take it from there, and we'll see what happens. It's either going to work or it's not, and there's nothing to be shy about. If you're good at it, then whatever. No, but I saw that. I saw that, like, as the hours were going by, they were like, okay, another million. Honestly, people can hate on the Kardashians all they want to. I have loved them since day one. And at the end of the day, they are business women. And that is the one reason that I always look forward to their show, their seasons. I'm excited to see their cars, their homes, their real estate. They are very smart women. And the only people who can really hate on that is jealous people. And who cares about that, right? So I'm excited for them. And I cannot wait to see what rolls out as this week goes on, because I don't know if you saw her new bra that she came out with. Did you see that?
I haven't seen that, but I do have to agree with you 100%. There's always going to be, you can't keep everyone happy.
No, absolutely.
You just can't. But I have noticed what I do love, and I started watching them just like I'm sure everyone else, even including the people that say that they don't like them. Obviously, they must have been watching them at some point. But what I was going to say is I love their growth. I've seen them just develop and grow through the years. And I love watching that growth in business, as you mentioned, and they've just continued to grow and to make changes and pivot. And I really admire that about them. And speaking of, Harvard University is also now teaching a class on her business and her success to really analyze this growth. Yeah. But also this morning, we also got to talk about Taylor Swift, because she's another social icon, Amanda. And I'm sure you would agree with this. You've got little girls. I'm sure they're all, crazy about Taylor Swift, and just like my girls were when they were young. But anyway, she is breaking records for women. Bloomberg Wealth reports that Swift now also has an estimated net worth of $1.1 billion. And that figure is only expected to grow as she returns back to the road. So just like Kim, she has really quantified her influence. Yes, again, part of her success did maybe in the eyes of some not begin at the greatest. And so that's why, there's people that don't like them. But again, she's made some changes, and I love that she's inspiring so many women, both of them. And both of these powerhouse women are building the bank on their own without a husband. Well, Kim's had 4, so I take that back. But definitely made her own money. And many females are now entrepreneurs, and they're excited about building their own wealth. So is it still important for women to pick a husband or a partner that can have a strong financial future for the both of you?
That was never my goal. My goal was always to survive, whether I have somebody or not. I don't know what was happening, but at that time, we literally had no money to our name. So whatever we did, and the things that we built to this day, we did it together. One of the things that I've always said to myself, and I'm letting my kids know too, and they have a great father to look at, is that you need to depend on yourself, because you cannot always depend on someone. Things happen, unfortunately, and fortunately, things happen, and you need to make sure that you can survive and you can tread water until you get to the beach, until you get to that oxygen. What are you going to do if you literally just meet someone for that reason and something happens? There's no love, there's no this, there's no that. It's not a good example for your kids if you do have kids with this person, because they're going to not see love, everything that's supposed to be in a family. They're not going to see that. For me, if my kids weren't able to see something like that, I would feel as a failure as a parent. As you get older and you hang out with different crowds of people, you can see it. You can see who's together for love, and you can see who's together for other reasons. And I stray away from that. It's just not something I want to be around. I want to be around genuine people. I want to be around people who genuinely want to be around you. Be yourself, do you, and your people will find you. You won't find them, they will find you. So that's how I look at it.
Speaking of being yourself, you know how I am, you know how I believe, and I'm a big believer that if you go into something with intention, and I don't want to say bad, but for me, that's sort of, you're going in with bad intention, things are not going to work out. Forced things never work out. But you did say two things that I really love. You said, that your plan was always to, work together with your significant other, with your spouse. And that's one thing that I absolutely love and that I believe in, is the whole point is, you fall in love, it happens organically, and you work together as a team, because how powerful do you become when you find someone that you're in love with and you can work together as a team? That's just like a big win in itself. And the second thing you said, as well as you've got to make your own money. You've got to work, because you never know what can happen. Even if they still, stay together. What if, their husband gets sick and they have to, be the head of household? You just always have to be ready to go and work hard and make your own money, because that's just the way of doing life. And that makes incredible, powerful, independent women. And I love it. And I think that that's the way most women nowadays think. And, again, so many entrepreneurs, just so many powerhouses of, so many women, including our very own owner of the network, our producer. She is a powerhouse. And if you're not following her on Instagram yet, you totally should. Natalie's Network. She is phenomenal. She is building an empire, and she is an incredible powerhouse. Well, Texas, stay with us. Don't go anywhere, because coming up next, if you hit 40, chances are you're noticing some changes in your skin. Amanda, you've had your own struggles. We're going to talk about it when we come back after the break.
This November, as we honor Veterans Day, every year, an estimated 200,000 veterans will return home from active duty, who are 50% more likely to become homeless. And veterans experiencing homelessness are 11 times more likely to attempt suicide. My name is Joshua Diskin, a Marine Corps veteran on a mission to end veteran homelessness by providing affordable housing and transition assistance to our nation's heroes. To learn more, visit www.investmentcapital.com.
And you can currently catch me on BET Plus in the Love Tale series, or in November on Nat Geo and Disney in the Hot Zone Anthrax. You are watching the Connect Network TV.
All right. Hello. I am Coach Stormy, and I help women all across the country, all around the world. And you can find me at www.coachmestormy.com. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back, Texas. Is anyone seeing changes in their skin now that they are 40? Well, according to doctors, your 40s is when you really start to see major changes in the firmness of your skin. You're dealing with loss of volume and elasticity, leading to skin that appears saggy, as well as more pronounced wrinkles and lots of sun damage, which may lead to conditions like melasma. And Amanda, I love that you wanted to talk about this today because you're feeling the change. What have you noticed now that you're the big 4-0 when it comes to your skin? What has been the most noticeable changes in your skin?
So this summer, it's so funny. I was noticing that, we were living at the beach basically, and I just had to put makeup on every single time I went out. And one of the things that, going to the beach is you don't really have to wear makeup. And every morning I'd wake up with, cystic acne. And that's something that I have not dealt with in a really long time. And so something was going on. I was feeling a little bit more sleepy. My energy level, I kind of would crash at about 1 o'clock and things like that. And so I started doing some research because not only does it not look good and you do not feel as confident when you go out into public, and I've never really been an acne prone person. I would have one here, one there. And as the 40 was coming every day, I was like, da, 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 and I wake up and da, 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 and then here comes another one. Here comes another surprise. And I would cover it up. And then at the end of the day, when I'd wash my face, it would be like, ouch, ouch. It would really hurt. And so I went to a doctor. I started to take hormone replacement therapy. And I'm actually feeling like a new person. I'm feeling more energized and things like that. But with all that comes more acne. So I'm at a loss for words. I'm trying this, I'm trying that. I started taking this stuff called Armra colostrum. That has been the only thing that has helped my acne.
Amanda, let me jump in really quick and just say, I cannot believe you're bringing up Amra. I'm not sure if that's how you say it as well, but this morning, as I was scrolling through my Instagram, I came across the colostrum and everything it talks about. And I actually ordered my very first, I believe it's 30 packages.
Yes.
So tell us more about it. I'm really excited. I was reading all the reviews and what it does for your bones and your skin and your hair. And so how long have you been taking?
I started taking it in June. It was like I was doing research on things. And of course, Instagram sees what you're wanting to look at and kind of pushes things. I started looking at the reviews on Armra colostrum. And a lot of people were once again talking about how it's a horrible thing because you're taking the colostrum from the moms and the cows need it, and cows make an abundance of colostrum. So with that being said, it kind of just goes to waste. With that being said, they're able to put it in these packages, and I take 3 a day. And one thing that I have noticed, and I do not know if this is true, is that it's actually more beneficial than a flu shot is what they're saying. And so I know my kids were both really, really sick not that long ago, and I didn't get any of it. So it's supposed to be like an absolute immune booster, collagen, good for your bones, good for your skin, good for your hair. That is another thing too, is that the hair right here that I had been not having for a while is finally filling in so I can wear my ponytails again. So there's a lot of cool benefits to Armra colostrum. And also dehydration, hyperpigmentation, crow's feet, and loss of the radiance are the most common noticeable things that happens to your skin in your 40s. But Wendy, your skin is still flawless. Please, please, please sell me whatever you're creating in your bathroom because we want to know your products and your pampering methods.
Much for that sweet compliment, Amanda. You're right. As we get older, our skin starts to have so many changes. And so one thing that I've noticed, and I've been very consistent, I think I've been going on probably about 1.5 years taking it, is collagen, and it's in powder form, and the brand is Live Conscious. Does so many wonderful things for my hair, my skin, my gut. Another thing that I do to maintain and, take better care of my skin is, you mentioned it earlier, hydration is so important. It's actually probably the number one thing that you need to really do for your skin to be glowing. And one thing that I love to do, I'm not a huge fan of just water alone. It's really hard for me to just drink water alone. So what I do, and I see a huge difference. And what I like to do is I slice mandarin oranges and cucumbers, and I put them in my shaker, and I do a little splash of agave, just because, again, I don't know, I like to make it sort of like a treat. But I drink about 4 to 5 of those a day. They're like 30 ounces, because I've always known or read that you're supposed to drink at least half the amount of your weight in order for your skin to stay hydrated. And lastly, I do love going to APSI, Austin Plastic Surgery Institute, and I love to go see my girl, my esthetician, Jennifer. She takes great care of my skin. And speaking of melasma, I've already started experiencing that. It was worse, I would say about 4 years ago, when I started seeing her, and my skin is looking incredible. And one of my favorite treatments with her is the PRP, microneedling. It's just it makes my skin feel just radiant and like a baby's butt. So yeah, I say everyone should go see her. She has so many treatments, for every person individually. And so, yeah, those are my go-tos, at the moment. And, Amanda, I love that we are sharing on our skincare, because it's so important to take care of your skin early in life. And the biggest tip of all is sunscreen. You did mention that right away, and I forgot to mention it, but that is one of the things that Jen is always really sunscreen. And no matter your complexion, that's a must. And we need to take a short break, but this is so good. And coming up next, we are talking about hormone therapy. Is it right for you? More on that next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Princess Sarah Culberson, and I'm committed to empowering women to really take on their dreams. You can learn more about me at I Am Princess Sarah on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and you are watching Connect Network TV. %95 of businesses fail in the first 5 years. It is sad. And one of the number one reasons is because of the lack of capital. Hi, winners. My name is Terry Kauser, and I'm a credit expert. And I specialize in helping entrepreneurs and investors leverage their personal and business credit to get $100,000 and more in funding super fast. I can't wait to share with you on The Connect Show.
I'm Jessica Cherry, founder of the award-winning blog Life of a Cherry Wife. If you're looking to follow for mom and lifestyle content, fashion, Latina life, and good vibes, this is the place for you. Head over to www.lifeofacherrywife.com for the latest in these areas. Follow me on social at Life of a Cherry Wife.
Hey, beautiful people, it's Major Mr. This is why I love you. And you are watching the Connect Network TV.
Welcome back to the Connect Network TV. Hormone therapy. Ladies, have you tried it? It was once routinely used to treat menopausal symptoms and protect long-term health. But now it's an option for women, as they simply just want to increase their estrogen. And Amanda, for you, you say it's been life-changing. Tell us about your experience, because apparently there are 2 types of hormone therapy. Systematic hormone therapy, which comes in pill, skin patch, ring, gel, cream, or spray form, where estrogen is absorbed through the body, and the other is a low dose vaginal product, which come in creams, tablet, or ring form, is what I hear, that minimize the amount of estrogen absorbed by the body. So share with us, where did you start?
I just noticed, as I was approaching 40, once again, you don't only get surprises, you actually get internal surprises as you get older. And so one of the things was my energy level was just crashing, and I knew that that wasn't a normal feeling for me. And so I did my research, and one of the things that I remember watching is the hormone therapy place here in Austin, HWC of Austin. And the lady has really, really black hair. I just remember the commercial playing over and over in my head. So I went there, I did the consult with the lady, and it was like she could literally finish my sentences. I did all the blood work, and it turned out that, levels that were supposed to be at 300, one of them was at 7. And the other level that was supposed to be at 300 was at 11. So I was not doing well. And so with that being said, they actually put a little incision is made. They numb you, and then you go on about your day. You cannot be submerged in water and things like that. And then after 4 weeks, they do another blood test to see where you are, and either you need more or they keep you there. I needed another one, so they did another one on the other side. And so it's been about 2 months that I've been on hormone therapy, and I've noticed just my whole life has changed. Like it's
So I love that, Amanda. And, hormone replacement therapy has also been proven to prevent bone loss and reduce fracture in postmenopausal women, because I have been reading on that as well. Now that, I've gone to a certain age. Did they mention what caused the loss of estrogen when you went in for your consult?
No, I just, honestly, they just said it just happens. It could happen to people in different forms or different ways at different times. And I was just one of the lucky ones who had terrible readings. So the thing about the bone loss, though, that the doctor did mention to me is that by drinking tons and tons of caffeine, that is a huge cause of osteoporosis. So I'm telling you right now, I would drink an ice shake and espresso. I'd probably have about 3 before 12 o'clock. And then as my 1 o'clock pickup approached, I would be suffering, like almost crying, like I can't get out of bed. I feel like I'm going to crash. And then by the time the 3 o'clock pickup was, I was already asleep. I'd have to set my alarm because I would have to take a nap with my youngest. And then I'd have to make my way over to the school and get another coffee. So that was not good. So I'm not doing that anymore. I have about maybe a cup and a half of coffee. And then if I do have an energy drink or a pre-workout drink, then I may have a coffee later or just because I love the taste of coffee. But I don't need it. It's not something that I have to have in order to keep my day going. So it's amazing.
Oh my goodness. It's funny that you say that. I've actually been cutting back also on my coffee, but more, because I do love that creamer, and I know the LBs can start to accumulate from that. But it's good to know that, what caffeine can do to our bodies. And also, I think it's important for us to mention that there are risks associated with using hormone therapy. And I'm not sure if that's something that you discussed. And, if so, I would love to hear what you learned on that. But these risks depend on the type of hormone therapy, also the amount of dosage, how long the medication is taken, and also your individual health risk. But in the largest clinical trial to date, hormone replacement therapy that consisted of estrogen, progesterone, pill did increase the risk of certain serious conditions, including heart disease, stroke, blood clots, and breast cancer. Subsequent studies have suggested that these risks do vary depending on, one is age. Women who begin hormone therapy at age 60 or older are more than 10 years from the onset of menopause. They're at a greater risk of the above condition. But if hormone therapy is started before the age of 60 or within the 10 years of menopause, the benefits appear to outweigh the risks. Obviously, talking to your doctor about this is key, but it is incredible of all the things that are available today to allow us to age gracefully, Amanda. And final question, does this increase your libido? I think many women are also wondering this.
I feel like my libido has always been pretty great. So that I know women do it for that reason. And maybe if they are lacking in that area, I feel like that may help them. That isn't one of the things that I've noticed. I know that some women, as they get older, there's vaginal dryness is one of the things that is listed as one of the many things that they look for. And I do not think that I am there yet. And maybe I'm doing like preventative maintenance on that area by doing this earlier. But the main reason was because of the sleepiness, the low energy, and just, when you have low energy and you're tired, you're agitated, right? You don't want to be agitated for every day. Like, that's not a way to live. Especially when you're so tired, you're just not yourself. And so the biggest reason that I went and then I was walked through the process without any worry of what could happen is because I was like so desperate to get that help. And so when I walked in there and like I said, the lady finished every one of my sentences because she had experienced the same thing. And when I saw that my progesterone was at 7 and my estrogen was at 11, I literally immediately said to myself, oh my gosh, like I need help, And so it's such a great feeling to walk out of an office knowing that you have another thing checked off your list that you haven't really been looking forward to because making that appointment is so hard. And then you got to go in there and then you're like, oh, do I do this or not? And things like that. But once you go in there and you make that decision, oh my gosh, it feels like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders. And once you go down the months, the 4 weeks and the 6 weeks and the blood tests, and you start seeing your numbers improving, it's kind of like working out. You're seeing a difference in your body. And so it's that motivation to like want to go back and fix yourself. And then you finally feel better. I mean, I literally doing this show today, I feel much better than I did 2 months ago. I highly recommend it. And if you want, I would highly suggest going in just for a consult and seeing if your pros outweigh the cons.
Well, Amanda, I absolutely love to hear that you are taking the steps to take care of yourself ahead of time. And what perfect age, and because so many of us as moms, we get so busy that we leave ourselves to the very end. And it sounds like you're not doing that. And that's so important. Like you mentioned, your energy has completely changed. We'd love to hear your experience if you have. Head on over to our new Instagram page, the Connect Network TV, and let us know. Just like Amanda did this morning, we loved everything that you had to share, Amanda. So thank you so much for that. I hope that other women who have been considering it can take this and, go ahead and make their consultation and start taking care of themselves just the way that you are. You look amazing. You look gorgeous. We just feel so much better when we look and feel greater. We are so much better as women. Well, so many fun topics today, but sadly, that's all the time that we have for you. So head on over to our website at theconnectonline.com to binge watch all our past episodes, and we will see you next week.
You're watching the Connect Network TV on the CW.